healthy. We're back today with another video. This time it's something really fun for anyone. You can be just starting out in windsurfing and you've gotten your basics down, or you can be really advanced and want to try something new. And this is going to be the Heli Tack. Now the Heli Tack is, like I said, very fun to do. And it is pretty simple. It's just a lot of people get confused at certain points, and that's what we're going to look at today. Yeah? So let's jump straight into it and see how it works. So first off, for the Heli Tack, you don't need to be planing. You can be going slow. You can be planing anyway when you're going to do the turn. You're going to lose all your speed anyway. So it doesn't really matter. That's why I said any level can do it. Now, let's say you're coming along, right? You're going straight. So let's say we're not planing to begin with. You carve into the wind, you push your sail back, you send the board all the way upwind. So basically the whole start of the turn is just like a normal tack. Once you get the board all the way into the wind, so the wind would be coming directly where your nose is, or even, if possible, cross the nose beyond the wind line, on the other side of the wind line. And at this point, or a little bit earlier, you can kind of go how you feel here. You put your front foot in front of the mast foot. So you've come all the way upwind, you put your front foot in front of the mast foot, you have a nice grip on your sail. Now, a little note here, your hands for the Heli Tack should be further down the boom. However, you can do this while you're going for the Heli Tack, or you can do it beforehand. If you're going to practice on a big board and a small sail in the beginning and you find it hard to concentrate on moving your hands around, then do it beforehand. If you feel comfortable just chucking the sail around and moving your hands as you go, it's better to do it the same time you will be moving your sail forward, as we will see in a second. So like we said, you've come all the way up when you've come at least to the wind line, if not past the wind line. You've got your hands on a nice grip down the boom, so you have control over your sail, and you've put your front foot in front of the mast foot. Now this doesn't mean you've got to move both feet forwards. Your back foot stays where it was, and just the front one has a wider stance in front of the mast foot. Like I said, pretty much like a standard tack. Now, the next step here, the next part, is where people make the main mistake. This part, you have to be fast, but you also have to be patient. So we've gone by the first step, which is positioning, getting your board in the right position. Now the second part, why I say it's part speed, part patience, is because you want to enter the wind with your sail fast, but then you want to stop there and give it time to turn. So what you want to do is push the sail fast into the wind, and you go forwards, just like that. Now when you see, when I put it forwards all the way like that with my whole body going forwards, weight on the front foot, but I did not cross it against the wind. I did not cross it across my body. I simply put it to the front of the board. So you go from here to here. Now this is the part, like I said before, where while you're throwing it forwards, you would allow the sail to slip through your hands and your hands to go further down the boom. But like I said, if you can't do that, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, at least in the beginning, put your hands further down to begin with, and same thing. There. Now it is very important to remember, like I said, you don't cross here. This is one of the main mistakes a lot of people do, and it gets them thrown off the board fast, especially on the first attempts. You don't want to go like this. A lot of people think the more they turn the body and the sail, the faster they're going to get around. However, the board will not turn much faster than what it can turn, and by doing this, you're causing a lot of power to come into the sail, and you're in a very awkward position. So the moment the power hits you here, you're just going to go whoop, fly around, fall in the water, and make a spectacular splash. Now, like I said, you go from here, and you want to aim the mast to the nose, and maybe slightly over, and you bring it there. What you are aiming to get at this point is to get some power in the front of the sail here. So to get the power in your front hand, feeling it, and the back hand will relax and open up to allow you to basically control the sail. So if I come to the other side so you can see it better, from here, I'm gonna, let's say I have my hands back, right, I throw it forwards, see the mast is down the same line as the nose, I will get power here, so this will be pushing, and my front hand will be fully extended, and the back hand, I just relax it to allow the power out. the more power I have, the more I have to relax this hand. So this hand doesn't actually push from the beginning. In the beginning, it's very relaxed, just sitting on the boom, waiting for its time to come. Now from here, what will happen is the board will start turning. As long as you maintain that position and keep the power in the front of the sail, the board will start turning. Now, of course, you do assist that by looking around. So, by holding the sail here, maintaining that position and keeping the power on the front hand, so you've got to be feeling all the power here. This one's really relaxed, right? And you keep it there, right over the nose or just across the nose, and this will rotate the board. Now it will turn, 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 and you want to wait until it can get you nearly all the way around where you want to be. So I was sailing back this way, I turned completely into the wind that way, and now I've waited until my board is pointing completely the other way. Now from this point, this is when the backhand really comes into action and pushes around. It's only for the exit of the turn. So from here, you will basically push, and as you push, you're looking for the wind to catch your sail, which will pull it around. And what you will focus on at that point is turning your feet. Now the turning your feet, you will do it the classic way for most moves. If you are in this stance, you bring the front foot back, back foot front. Yeah? So from here, you're waiting, and of course you can assist your turn by looking where you want to go. So obviously don't look back like I'm doing now, I'm talking to you guys. I want you to look forward and where you want to go. So you wait. Now when you're looking where you want to go, which is here, like I said, you push, open. This will allow the wind to catch the other side, and at the same time, you bring your front foot back. Back foot will go to the front, and at this point there's going to be a lot of power in the sail. So what you want to do is you release, let it flow around, and back to the other side, and you're good to go. Now, I'll talk a little bit about the release, because this is another place a lot of people have trouble. Is they do get all the way around, and then on the release they kind of fight it too much, and they end up with the sail pulling them really strongly down on the water, or not being able to bring it up, and it's really frustrating just not getting that last bit of your turn. So what you want to do is, as you're going forward and doing this switch, I bring my front hand back to as close to the mast as I can, and I let the sail go. And now the action trick is, after you let go, the sail, from this point on, the sail will flow around. Now what a lot of people try to do is they try to hold it too long, pulls them down, they go like this, and they try to keep it there. But from that point, the sail feels really heavy to come back up. So what I want you to do is, as you're here, you go front foot back foot forward, release the sail to go with its own speed around with the wind, and as it's coming around, what you're going to notice is I'm going to be pulling the mast close to me with my front hand. So as it's coming around, I let it go down and pull it back up and into me here, and power up. Now this is what really helps you let the sail come smoothly, and really helps you finish the move, is allowing the sail to do what it wants. Give it a flow, let it follow the wind. Don't just fight it. You can't overpower the wind. So what you're going to be trying to do is to let it go around at its own speed. So from here, like we said, you go 1, 2, swing it, easy. Now there is another way of finishing the turn, and this is usually very good and highly recommended especially if you have strong winds, really strong winds. Or it can just be a way for you to keep your balance on a really small board if you're doing it while not planing. So the other way is, as you're here, again everything's the same up to this point, and as you finish the turn, what you're going to do is you're going to turn, and you don't let go at all, at which point you sit down low, up against the power, and you come out clue first. And like I said, this is a way to get yourself balanced on the board if you're on a really small board, or if the wind is really powerful and you're just feeling you're not in full control. Once you come out like this and keep a low stance and pull down on the sail, you'll get a little bit of movement, and then you switch yourself and get going. Either way is fine. They both count as Heli Tacks, obviously. So in the beginning you can do what you like, use whichever way of finishing the move you prefer or you find easy, and then later on you can work on what else you want to do and kind of find why the other way is not working for you and correct that. So, quick recap, like we said, you're going straight on your spot, 90 degrees with the wind approximately, and like you would for a normal tack, you head all the way upwind. So you push the sail back and you take your board all the way into the wind. You want it to come into the wind line or across the wind line. So let's say this is our wind line there. We can go there, that's even better. And from where you are, you've come all the way upwind and you've got your front foot in front of the mast foot. Now this can be done a little bit earlier obviously, or you can wait until you go all the way into the wind and put your foot in front later. This really depends what you're using and basically your own style. So as I said, you go all the way upwind and now you're going to push the sail, you're going to throw the sail, suddenly you're going to throw it into the wind. But you don't want to come across, you want to go over your nose here. So you throw the sail there, and now if you check, while I'm doing it, my hands, I allow the sail to slide through my hand and come further down the boom. So I want my hands further down the boom to catch more power in the front of the sail here. So as from here, I will throw it and let it slide until I come somewhere there. So let's see that again. From here, I go all the way upwind, I throw the sail and let it slide there. So my hands come both further back, nice wide grip, control, and then that way I'm getting a lot of power in the front of the sail, which is what will be pushing me around. Now as we do that, like I said, you keep the front hand extended, you keep it away from you, and allow the back hand to bend and let the wind out. You don't want much pressure in the back. The more you pressure the back, the more you will just be pushed off the board. So you go here, and this will turn your board, it will make you turn, and you're just holding that position until you turn all the way around. So if you come pointing the other way, you're right at the end of your turn. All that's left is to switch the sail and switch your body. So we bring the front foot back. This time again, you're going to start pushing out the backhand to allow the wind to catch this side of the sail. So go front foot back foot forwards, and spin. And bring it up. And like I said, at the catch here, you allow it to open. If it needs to fall away from you, let it fall away. If it feels a bit better closer, just go with the flow of the wind. So allow it to fall, bring it back up and forwards, back to the straight up position, power through, and you sail off. And that's how to finish the duck jibe smoothly. Now, the duck jibe, like I said, it's a nice fun move, it's an easy move, and you can practice it at any level. I do recommend, if you have a beginner board or just a big board and a small sail and a calm day, go out on a day like that, a day like today, nice and calm, not too many waves or chop, and just practice it on your big board, on stable board, and on a small sail, just to get used to the movement and the power and how everything works. And once you've got it, then you can straight ahead go and practice on a small kit. I actually do use this turn a lot. Not just to show off or for fun, I use it as a easy turn or a safe turn, not to fall off my board when I don't have enough power. This for me is my go-to turn for that thing. So if I'm not planing, if for any reason the wind's dropped or I'm just not planing, I'll go straight for a Helitack. That always keeps me on the board. And that's another time you might want to use the sailing out clue first finish when you're underpowered completely. So overpowered, underpowered, clue first finished, everything else nice smooth power when you have control, spin it around and try to get it nice and smooth back up to you. So that's all for the Helitack. Any questions you have, just drop a comment, write a comment there, I'll answer you there for sure, or find me on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want, and I will answer any questions you have. If you did like the video, drop a like, subscribe obviously if you haven't already, tell a friend about the video, your channel, share it, share the love, share the knowledge, and see you next time. Have fun.